whenever you are causing harm to another person, anything that happens prior to that then goes out of the window for the simple fact of, this is about the action that you're doing now. I mean, we can sit there and say, well, you knew his mama and his mama slapped you and you didn't like the fact that his mama popped you one. I mean, none of that really is important other than in a court case. Now, if we're talking about court, yes, they're going to look for motive behind this so they can understand. Sorry, for the audience and, the courtroom people to be able to understand so that way they can be able to go ahead and be able to structure your sentence in a way that is considered justified in the eyes of the law or in the magistrate. So, with that being said, whenever we're actually talking about us having a conversation and then somebody committing a crime, I don't know you, darling, but anything that happened prior to that is null and void. Because at the end of the day, no matter what feelings, what emotions between men had gotten awry, the choice could have always been to be able to handle it in a much better way, right? I mean, that's almost like sitting there saying, you know what, I don't care what happened. Y'all both literally could have sat there and been like, bro, hey, that made me feel this way. That made me feel that way. Or y'all could have been just like, bro, F you. You know what I mean? Or y'all could have just been like, all right, I see you. Or it could have been like, it's on site. Or it could have been, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and let it slide. So that's what I mean by anything that happened prior to that is it really is null and void. It really doesn't mean much. What means much is the fact that obviously there were two people that sat there and got very emotional. Okay, they got very emotional, and then their egos were wounded or whatever, and they decided that they had to have an altercation. So as far as, well, you know what did he do to sit there and get in that position? Nah, that ain't cool. Because at the end of the day, anybody in a position, somebody could have came up not
Yeah,
knowing what's
because
going
I
on.
mean, I'm looking at it.
You breaking up, brother?
What do you mean it's not cool to confront the issue? Forgive me. I just don't understand that at all.
That's like when people start doing that.
BMT, you cutting out, bro.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me say this. So when somebody does that of the conversation about, well, start bringing up past priors, correct? And I would say, okay, so you're talking about priors versus we're talking about the now.
But I'm asking, what did he do at that time? And no one has answered my question at all. You're all deflecting. I'm trying to confront the issue. What was he doing at that time?
Okay. Okay.
Well, hold on.
Oh, may I? Oh, go ahead, bro.
Hold on. But okay, so when you brought up, well, he did this and he did this past prior, you brought that up, correct, Mr. Pax?
Yep.
And I asked you, did he do that right? Did he do that right then and there? And you said, well,
that's what I'm asking.
Prior, he did that before. Okay. And I said, was he doing that right then and there? Now,
consistent. What? Okay, so he consistently?
So the guy took matters into his own hands, correct?
He was chokeholding him. I don't agree with the time. I don't agree with the man dying. But I want context because I don't want to George Floyd 2.0.
Sir, he asked you a simple question.
No. Answer the question.
What's the question? You haven't answered mine. What's yours?
Okay, you brought up his priors, correct? I haven't brought up any race or anything. So I asked you. You brought up his priors. And I said, did that happen right then and now? Did he get pushed off the tracks? Did he get spit on? Did he get punched by this guy? Did he any of that?
We don't know.
Okay,
we don't know. He might have.
So we're now you're working in the world of alleged might have, not in
I'm just asking a question.
Okay.
I'm not making any accusations.
But I'm going now. Listen, I'm removing the emotions. And we're looking at the facts. We operate in the world of facts, correct? So we know this man and this guy had a discourse to the point where he choked him out for 15 minutes, right? And law enforcement is going to ask him, what made you choke a man out for 15 minutes? And if he says, well, this guy was pushing people, and they're going to ask him, well, did he push you? Did he assault you? Well, he did that to other people, and you killed him. You see how that plays out?
Murder. Yeah.
Nah, wait, brother. I feel like we gotta be fair. I don't think that this is fair. If the brother was pushing people in a threatening way, then we can at least understand that he wasn't doing what we should be doing, which is keeping our fucking hands to ourselves. If he's got prior convictions for throwing people onto train tracks and he's on a train, this is what we call this? What? Modus operandi. We're looking at a pattern of behavior. He's getting aggressive on trains. We don't know what he's doing. Crazy crackheads moving wild on the train. Yeah, one day someone's gonna end up fucking you up. That's just what it is.
I can say this much. There's not an American court in this world that's not going to find that man guilty, because not even a professional UFC fighter can stand to be choked out for 15 minutes.
See, I'm not arguing that. But what I want us to be real about whether character plays how we respond to this. And we do have to look at the facts, and we can't be blind to the facts, man.
Okay. Well, okay, hold on. May I? Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. From what I'm gathering is that this man, the suspect, or not the suspect, the guy that passed away, right? What I'm gathering now, please feel free to educate me if I'm wrong. I'm okay with being wrong, right? So what I'm gathering is that this man was autistic. And he had certain triggers in his mind that sat there and made him do things that made no sense to other people who are not autistic, which anybody who has actually had to deal with somebody else who is autistic understands kind of where I'm coming from. Their brains do not work in the same logical ways that ours do, as far as the understanding and the connections, things that make sense, things that don't. And so whenever it comes to that, I'm also going to say this. It literally only takes 3 minutes to kill somebody, right? 3 minutes. So whenever you were doing that, it does not matter whether this man was, Hitler. It does not matter whether this man was a serial, whatever, insert here, right? The whole thing is it takes 3 minutes to make someone, to literally take away enough oxygen to the brain to make somebody pass out and not wake up again. Not wake up in a few minutes later. I mean, not wake up again, right? Which we would consider as death. Yeah. So if that takes 3 minutes to do that, and then someone is also putting pressure on someone's airway for 15 minutes, it does not matter what is going on. That is still considered excessive violence. That ended in a cause of death. So that's the whole thing in the point. If honestly, I don't care who it is. If you had issues, if you had beef, it don't matter if this person was wrong 1,500 times over. If he's wrong, he's wrong. But guess what? That ain't your job. That is the job for the other police to handle. If you are a police officer and you were doing this, then honestly, you need to let somebody else in your, whatever they call it, in your group, in your city,
division.
Thank you. Whatever. You need to let somebody else handle that, because you are not at that place to be able to do that. So now it does not matter whether this man's intent was to save others, was right, wrong, and indifferent. Guess what? The actions show it is excessive force that caused death, bodily harm.
Should he have stopped resisting?
Well, hold on. First of all, you're not a cop.
I just asked a question. You ain't got to get personal. I've asked a question. Should he have stopped resisting to the person?
Should they stop? No, you keep on fighting. If somebody's choking you out, why would I be compliant to the person choking me out?
So if you're fighting back, why would he stop?
If you're choking me out, wait, hold on.
You've never been choked before?
Wait, hold on.
You've never been choked.
Let me answer this. Naturally, if somebody is killing you, why would you be compliant if they're killing you?
Because the other result is death.
So somebody's killing you. I don't want you to think of your logic, what you just said.
Telling me to stop resisting, yeah.
Somebody's killing me. And I'm supposed to say, well, I'm going to be compliant and listen to you while you're killing me. That makes no logic of sense. But
if someone's saying
hold on,
stop resisting and you don't,
but your logic is and I'm asking that of the chat. Someone is killing you, and you're going to be logically compliant with the person killing you, and say, you know what, I'm going to keep on letting you choke and do whatever you want to me. And what's crazy about that logic, because the basis of that would never work if somebody were to say that out loud. Like that's like somebody being that's like, mind you, they tell women, if you're getting kidnapped, keep fighting and keep fighting. Don't stop fighting. They tell children, if somebody's trying to grab you and put you in a car, scream and fight. But somebody being choked out and being killed, they're supposed to be non-resistant. And you know what? You got it, bro. Like, no, dude. Like, that's not even logical. And that's why I'm saying some people are like disillusional from reality, because when you're looking at the facts that literally this person, and I asked the question and y'all could not answer me. When I said, was this person assaulted? Was this person had anything happen to them? Nobody said, well, we don't know. But they played vigilante and they murdered this man. And we're now playing the excuse game for this man. And
but BMT, it's not even worth debating. My point is, if I had this Caucasian, saying, right? And let me say this, if I had the Caucasian in the chokehold, first of all, he's not going to be able to fight his way out of it. But second of all, it's up to him. If he don't want to fight back, if he want to let me choke him to death, that's on him. We don't got to debate with him.
It's not even about that. It's not really about that. But
that's
Callie,
the focal point. Listen,
Callie, my only question to you is,
yes,
what action deserves 15 minutes of choking? Because when you choke someone,
I'm not defending the 15 minutes.
No, because when you choke someone, after a while, like you said, he was struggling. After a while, his body would have gone limp, and you can feel that when you choke someone, right?
Yeah, and it's disgusting if he continued when he was limp. Irrespective
or regardless of what his 44 priors were and whatnot, in that moment when his body is now gone limp, he's no longer a threat. Why are you holding it on for another 10, 12, sorry, not even 10, for another 12, 13 minutes?
Because I don't know. It's unjustified. But the question I asked,
why are we excusing? Do you not see that act of holding it for 12, 13 minutes in that situation? Do you not see that more than but he had 44 priors? Because those 44 priors weren't.
I'm not justifying that. I mean, I can say it 100 more times. I'm not justifying the length. I'm not justifying it. Let me talk. I'm not justifying the length or the fact he died. What I'm saying is, what did he do to cause the chokehold in the first place, and why is that overlooked? What if he was being violent? Why is it? Because the thing is, you're going to create a George Floyd 2.0. It's going to be race divisions. You're going to make a hero of someone who maybe wasn't a hero, and I don't see both sides winning in this.
You know what I feel like you're doing, Callie, is you're saying, why are we overlooking the reason as to why he was placed in the chokehold? And I'm like, forget anything he could have done did not deserve 15 minutes of being choked. So let's not over, because the choking is the shit we shouldn't be overlooking. 15 minutes of being choked to the point of death is the thing we shouldn't be overlooking. Forget what he was doing, because he might have even been trying to grape someone. You still do not choke someone for 15 minutes. So what he did before is like, why are we even trying to focus on that?
I don't agree.
Why overlook it?
I don't agree.
Oh, can I answer that?
I keep asking.
Well, yeah, please.
I keep asking this question. I keep asking the question.
Hold on, bro. Second. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what's actually going on. Naturally, y'all got my hair up here. I got my hair looking a hot mess. Anywho, naturally, whenever somebody dies, the first thing that a lot of areas like to do is that they like to demonize. They like to demonize character. The first thing they'll sit there and ask, yeah, we know he died, but why this and why that and what did he do? And I mean, I do agree. It is kind of like the George Floyd situation, because one of the things they did about George Floyd, even though he was the victim, they sat there and demonized his entire character. And at the end of the day, not a lot of, and I'm not saying he was a good dude. I don't know the man from Chico. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. I don't know him from Chico to Sandman, right? But at the end of the day, no one deserves to die, especially not that way.
For that. I could understand it under some circumstances, maybe. Like, very, very extreme circumstances. But we're saying that one random guy decided to chokehold someone for 15 minutes, and rather than look at the fact that, wow, someone felt that they had the power to chokehold someone for 15 minutes, we're going to say, but how did the guy get into a chokehold?
It's just a question. I'm sorry it's offended people. I didn't mean to cause offense.
It's not offending.
It's not offending. It's not offending.
Because I don't agree with him dying, as I've clarified.
Yo, listen,
Callie, I'm having a logical conversation with you.
Yes,
I'm not. I haven't called you out your name. When I asked you the question, but you said, "Well, what if he did X, Y, and Z?" And I asked you the question like as if I was on shift. Had he assaulted you? Everybody heard me when I said it. Had he assaulted you? Had he put his hands on you? Had he done anything to you? Now, if this guy said, well, he's done this to other people. Now, I'm going to ask, well, what did he do to you that you felt? Now, if he was pushing somebody right there on the spot and you felt, hey, I have to save that person's life, okay. Now now the conversation opens up, which the cameras will show that. But if it's something where you're like, you know what, I'm tired of this autistic whatever guy coming around here and pissing us off, I'm going to take matters to my own hand. You have no excuse to walk out of it now because you took it in your own hands that you wanted to go ahead and choke and put your hand on this man that did not do anything to you. So from there, you're 100% in the wrong. That's like me saying, well, I know this one guy who's an asshole to women and does atrocious stuff. So I'm going to go up randomly and punch him in the face. Now the case is on me. Because he's just standing there, but I know prior that he has put his hands on women. So I go up and punch him in the face. The officer said, why did you strike him? Well, he hits women. Yeah, you're going to jail. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to jail.
What answer would be acceptable for you to hear for the reason as to why he was choked out for 15 minutes? What kind of answer?
You keep bringing up the 15 minutes, bruv. I don't know what caused it in the first place. I don't support the 15 minutes. What I'm saying is he was put in a headlock for someone. It's not just a random, oh, here's a bloke.
No,
that's
but he was put in a 15-minute headlock. I
know, and I don't agree with it.
I'm just asking, you're saying,
I don't agree
I just want to know what kind of answer would justify, because you want to ask, and quite rightly, you're asking, what did he do to get put in that position?
I think he's already said that a 15-minute struggle warrants a 15-minute headlock.
But if he was limp, it's unfair.
And if he had submitted or stopped resisting, then Callie assures us that the attacker would have stopped.
I think he assaulted someone on the tube. No one's just gonna be like, oh, this is a bloke. I know he's autistic. Let's choke him out. That's not the case. That everyone is trying to bring up. That's not the case. No one knows his, like, he could be assaulting someone on the tube. If you see someone getting assaulted, you step in. If that guy was limp and he's still in a headlock, I don't think the guy in a headlock should walk a free man. I don't agree. Is that all right?
I got a question. So if we
before we do that, can anybody give me the name of the deceased, please?
Jordan Neely, I believe it is.
Jordan.
I got it written down somewhere. I love my notepad. Yeah, Jordan Neely, I believe it was. Have a look. It was definitely
the last name.
Neely. I got it. Yeah. So, but the thing is, he's in a headlock moving around. He's still swinging at people. So if you've assaulted someone and you're still swinging at someone and you're in a headlock, does that not warrant? Oh yeah, let's let him go and attack people.
That's the only point I'm trying to make. Callie, like no one's ignoring that, because if he got popped in the mouth and he went down and KO'd, no one would be arguing this situation. No one's saying that maybe some level of violence or apprehension or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, what answer that you could get, like what answer would make it okay for what happened to him to have happened to him?
I don't justify the 15-minute headlock. Okay. I want to know why he's in a headlock in the first place.
Next question.
Yeah, you keep asking the same question, you're going to get the same answers. I respect you, yeah, but come on.
I'm not answering that question.
I'll just quickly ask one question, BMT, and this is to Callie and anyone else. Does it make a difference when we find out that the man responsible for the 15-minute headlock that resulted in the death of Jordan Neely is an ex-Marine, a trained killer. Because you was talking BMT about being a bouncer, a doorman, security, and the accreditation and the training you have to undergo. And this guy is a Marine.
Yep.
He's trained to take people out, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh man, that's his background.
He's an ex-Marine, bro.
Oh yeah, he's done. That's it. And I'm ex-military myself, so yeah, that's a wash case right there, buddy. That's a wash case right there. It ain't no walking out of that one. I mean, no offense, but yeah, that's kind of a wash case right there. He already did. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to walk out of that one. It's going to be hard.
Been ruled a homicide.
Let
me share this with you. It's already been ruled a homicide.
Thank you for bringing up that information.
You guys know that already, right? So, Jordan Neely News, AOC. What's AOC, please? What's the AOC?
That's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a complete scam. Race baiter.
Okay.
AOC.
Okay. And BLM call for the ex-Marine to be held accountable, blah, blah, blah. Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 blah. The death of Neely on the subway has been ruled a homicide after the 30-year-old was filmed being placed in a chokehold after acting in an erratic manner, seemingly frustrated about his personal situation. The ruling doesn't decide intent or culpability.
I'm going to read out this. Lola in my chat is a Marine. They are not trained to kill. They are trained to fight in war, protect, and defend. We are trained to carry others who are unable to on our backs and to safety. And this is the reason I knew he was a Marine to begin with, because I do my research, yeah? And I just... Why did you not know it if you're so emotional about it, sir? Let's not take digs now.
It wasn't emotional. But hold on. I'm just asking you this question.
Yeah,
you knew the background. Now you told a half truth.
No, I didn't. I just didn't mention the fact.
Whoa. So that's a half truth. You told the background of one man, but you didn't tell the background of another man.
Now, we were discussing Jordan Neely. We were discussing Jordan Neely, that's why.
Now, hold on. But we're discussing both men. Now,
we are now, aren't we?
Everybody in the chat can agree. Was that not a half truth? You kept out that information purposely.
Bro,
if somebody's trained, if somebody has been trained, mind you, I'm military. I fought.
Good on you, sir.
In Iran, so in Iraq. So I'm trying to figure out. You had a trained ex-soldier that went overboard, and you left that out purposely.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Why didn't you bring it up?
Because we were talking about Jordan Neely, not the person who's choking him out. That's why. We are now on the topic, and I then brought it up.
Who's the person
What's
that
your
choked him
issue?
out? Who's the person that choked him out?
He's unnamed, but he's ex-Marine.
But was he the person that choked him out?
Is Walter aware? I've just answered your question. You're trying to throw red herrings at me. I'm answering your questions. You're trying to start a fight. I ain't fighting with you, bro.
Now you don't know better. So now you don't know better.
No, I know. I knew more than you did. So what's up with that?
So okay, no,
you're trying to pick a fight. I ain't biting, bro.
No, it's not getting. Listen, here's the thing about it. First of all, we're trained to destroy, not kill. We're trained to destroy. So the fact about it is this, and actually that's in CQB. When we actually are taught about that of doing proper chokeholds. That man went above and beyond the means of a chokehold. Now, the fact that people watched it, yeah, it is what it is, and he's going to definitely get prosecuted. That's going to be an easier case. Now, they're going to do that just like Elijah said. They're going to start painting the picture of the guy who got choked out, and they're going to say, white crazy Marine went overboard and killed that of a homeless black man. That's going to hit the news soon enough. And guess what? Nobody to blame but that of the Marine who's supposed to have the integrity and discipline to have known, hey, This is not my job. If I wanted to do him, I could take him down, but I didn't have to choke him out like that. I could have got the mount. So you didn't put that in there, bro. That was
no, but I knew about it. I knew more than you did. Do your research.
That's fine. And I'm glad when I do my research and I do this show on my channel, I'm gonna make sure I put that out there.
If the race was reversed, would you give 2 rats, or you just care now?
No, I would actually. I do fair journalism.
That's right. Yeah. Sounds it.
Yeah.
Sounds it.
Because we want the truth. You just said that you don't want the. Hold on. Here's the thing about
well, how come you didn't know the truth? Do some research.
So hold on. Wait. Hold on. So don't get emotional. You just said, and I want everybody on the panel to know this. He says he doesn't want division, but he withheld information from that of the panel of peers.
Withheld? No, I didn't. It wasn't brought up yet. You're accusing me of shit.
You omitted that information. Be honest. You knew he was a Marine. You didn't bring it up. But more importantly, would you let me choke you out for 15 minutes? Since it's nothing. Can I choke you out for 15 minutes?
If I'm assaulting people on the tube, I get everything that's coming to me.
That's my point. We don't have any evidence that he assaulted anyone on the tube. Do you have any evidence? Do you have any evidence?
Do you have any evidence against it?
No, I'm asking. Do you have any evidence? You made the claim. Do you have any evidence?
Have any evidence against it? We can go in circles, sir.
So you have no evidence against it.
The information we have says he was behaving erratically. It doesn't.
Yeah, but have we seen any evidence?
Sorry, let me finish. It just says he was behaving erratically. It says he was calling out. I can't remember the exact words, but it sounded like verbally abusing people and behaving erratically from what we could see.